So, you're not worried about appropriation. You're not worried about this form that you are doing being offensive to Middle Easterners, because that's why you defined it separately.
May I just stop right here about the appropriation and the offensive thing? I think that we have all learned to call it what it is, and therefore feel there's no more possibility of misunderstanding, because it's called American tribal style, or tribal style belly dance created in America, and it's very specifically not ever referred to as Middle Eastern dance, ever, 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 ever. And it's not. It would be a lie.
So using the term belly dance doesn't have Middle Eastern connotation?
No, because the word belly dance was created in America to describe a dance form that was not Middle Eastern when it was first done. It was a fusion form when it was brought to America and done in the 7-part or 5-part cabaret routines.
But it was brought earlier than that.
Well, that's true. At first, if you want to go back to the World's Fair with Saul Bloom and Little Egypt, that was an authentic dance, of course.
How about Danse du Ventre?
Yeah, if you're French, I suppose that makes sense.
Then that's
It doesn't make sense to me. It's French. I'm an American, so belly dance is the word that I use.
I see.
And I use it proudly.
Good. All right, let's see. I know that there is something in your tribal Bible where you talk about the ostracizing of tribal dancers and equate it to the way the Rom was ostracized.
Really? Did I say something like that? I don't know if I equated it to the Rom. I'd have to see that to make sure. I don't believe that was my intention, to say that American tribal is treated like Romany people, because that's a whole other ball of wax. I include a chapter in the tribal Bible about the Romany people because I feel strongly about the subject and have some dear friends, etc. And the word gypsy has been misappropriated by belly dancers and Middle Eastern dancers of all ilks and styles over and over. So I really felt a need to clarify that that word is a pejorative term. If you must use it, spell it with a capital G, and know that you're speaking about a race of people and not a fun character. There is also, however, a gypsy archetype, and I do mention that, but that chapter is not meant to be confused with American tribal style and how it feels at all. However, the reason I began Tribal Fest was because us tribal dancers needed a place of our own where we didn't feel shoved aside and somewhat, yes, ostracized if you must, from the general dance community. When we first started, we were thought of as a fad or something that would probably go away soon, that the ethnic police were very upset about. And there's reasons why in the tribal Bible as to how that all occurred, which we can go into or not, is your choice, Lynette. But so we were always relegated to the earliest hours or the latest hours of known festivals, or to the smaller offside stages, and we were never felt welcomed as part of the group amongst the greater Oriental dance community. So in the year 2000, when I conceived of an advertised Tribal Fest for the first time, it was to give us tribal and folkloric dancers a place to go. It was to celebrate group dancing, not of a cabaret or nightclub nature of either America or Egypt or Turkey or Lebanon.
So you feel that folk dancers were also ostracized?
No, simply that we welcomed them to our stage.
And not cabaret dancers?
Exactly, because every other festival at that time was built around the cabaret style dance. There was no festival at the time that tribal, I know it's hard to believe now since there's so many of them around the world that are all for tribal now, but we were the first. There was nothing just for us.
So the ostracizing and on the side stages and the timed slots, was that Ricasa?
We don't really want to mention any names.
Let's say many festivals.
And it's not that we have anything against the cabaret
Not at
community
all.
or dancers or anything. It's just at the time there was nothing there aimed directly at tribal folkloric.
We saw a need in the market and filled it.
Great.
This presentation has been brought to you by Gilded Serpent.